This is a Sports Catastrophe production. Hey there, hi there, ho there. It's Jeff Cutter Diamond. Welcome you to another Sports Catastrophe on this day. And on this day in the year 2000, Mark Cuban steps up to the plate and buys the Dallas Mavericks. You may be thinking, well, that's something. Nothing really that huge. Well, if you go back to how the Dallas Mavericks were way back in the day, things would be so much different. So Dallas was granted the a spot in 1980. So with 22 teams, they wanted to add two new teams in Dallas and Minneapolis. Minneapolis would be a good fit because the Lakers used to be in Minneapolis before they moved to Los Angeles because of finances. And Dallas, well, Dallas had a decent team in the ABA. And with San Antonio, make a jump from the ABA to the NBA, and like Dallas is like, why not? And the league was reluctant to be in Dallas because, the Spurs and Rockets were still there in Texas. But it didn't matter. They added two more teams. Minnesota had a problem because they had to back out. So Dallas was added with the fact is that there was an odd number of teams. So the Dallas Mavericks were there. And it was amazing and all that. They would be going to the Midwest Division in the Western Conference, where they would stay till 2005 when the league went to 6 divisions. Dick Motta, who was the Washington head coach when they won in 78, was named the team's first head coach. Kiki Vanderwijk of UCLA fame was drafted by the Mavericks with their first pick, but he didn't want to go to Dallas, and then was later traded to Denver with a first-round pick for two future first-round picks, but actually were decent because they got Rolando Blackman, a great guy for Kansas State, and Sam Vincent. The Mavericks would win 15 games in their first season. They would be in playoff contention for many times. All that. Dallas did okay and all that, but they would be rebuilding for many years, from 1990 to 1998. They had a massive free fall and all that. Dallas would have 22 wins in 91, mostly after Roy Tarpley violated the league's substance abuse policy for the third time, meaning 3 strikes, you're fucking out for life. And the Mavs had some terrible moves. The Mavs had to trade Rolando Blackman, even though that he was Dallas loyalty. They had to trade him to the Knicks for a first-round pick. It's amazing how the Knicks give up a first-round pick for him. Derek Harper helped Dallas do well, but Dallas only put up 9 wins. Only put up 11 wins. Like, Dallas rallied in the last 21 games. 7 wins in the last 21 meant that they would not be the worst team in NBA history and would actually be better than the 73 Sixers. Jim Jackson was picked in the 4th pick in 92 and all that, but he only played 28 games. Dallas signed Joel Mushroom with the 4th pick of the draft. Anyway, it didn't work out that way. They did get to 13 wins, so Dallas had some problems and all that. Dallas had the 2nd pick of the 94 draft and took Jason Kidd. And with Jason Kidd, everything went well for Dallas. And of course, let's not forget about the whole Dirk Nowitzki movement and all that. That they managed to get Dirk, who was a Milwaukee pick, but he didn't want to go to Milwaukee, so he went to Dallas for the pick of the Robert Tractor Trailer. So Russ Perot, yes, that Russ Perot, who was a viable third-party candidate for the 92 and 96 presidential elections, and I believe 96, was it 92 or 96 that Perot got 20% of the vote, which was the highest for a third-party candidate in years. But anyhow, Russ Perot is still there, but they basically didn't think they could do such things. So Russ Perot decided to sell the Mavericks to internet entrepreneur and season ticket holder Mark Cuban, who helped EDS computer systems do well for $285 million. And Cuban decided to revitalize the Mavericks and increase the team's popularity in Dallas. Well, of course, Cuban's controversial moves and outspoken personality made him a fan favorite in Dallas, but the NBA didn't like him a lot because of all the fines and all that. But let's not forget, in Cuban's first full season as Mavericks owner, they won 53 games. That was pretty impressive. They made a big trade with Washington to get Juwan Howard. And Dallas, for the first time in 11 years, got to the playoffs. And Dallas had some international flavor. They had Canada's Steve Nash, Germany's Dirk Nowitzki, Eduardo Nahara from Mexico, and now Wayne Shishi from China. So they did it. They got to the second round, but lost to the Spurs in 5 games. They moved from the Reunion Arena to the American Airlines Center. 2002, they won 57 games, lost in the second round. 2003, they broke through, winning 60 games, which was pretty good. Unfortunately, they lost the conference finals because of Dirk Nowitzki's injuries. In 2006, they got to the finals and all that. They were up 2-0 and they choked it, which is unbelievable. So yeah, Miami won that final with Shaq. Dallas Nowitzki won the MVP in 2007, but then the number 1 seed Dallas Mavericks got shocked by Golden State in the first round. Well, it was just disastrous. Dallas did get to the 2011 finals and won the title against Miami. Revenge for 2006. Dallas now has the Luka Doncic era. So let's hope for that. To be pretty good and all that. So yeah, they've done pretty well for themselves. You know, they have Dirk Harper, Brad Davis, Orlando Blackman, and Dirk Nowitzki as retired numbers. And the NBA retired Bill Russell's number 6 for everybody, so everyone will wear 6. I think it's grandfathered in for like LeBron and a few other people. So I think that's what they said. Well, it doesn't matter. Anyway, Hall of Famers with Dallas. Alex English played a few years with Dallas. Adrian Danley played a few years with Dallas. Dennis Rodman only played 1 year with Dallas. Jason Kidd played some years with Dallas. So did Steve Nash and Tim Hardaway. But yeah, nothing too big. Nowitzki will get to the Hall of Famer. We'll get to the Hall of Fame soon, I hope. But yeah, that was a big move for Mark Cuban to do all that and to give Dallas some respectability. Big ups for that. Anyway, I'm Jeff Diamond. I do.